Get social with us. Follow us on Instagram at Goodtaste TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Good Taste for the Soul. This is a very special episode because we're kind of visiting old friends in a sense. Who doesn't love a success story? And we're in San Antonio, downtown San Antonio. And one of the biggest success stories this city has had when it comes to the culinary world. Two brothers from Mexico came here with a dream, and man, have they succeeded. I'm so excited to welcome you to La Panaderia. And David and José Cáceres. Welcome. It's been a minute, guys.
It's been, yeah, exactly.
We first met you back in, 2017.
Exactly, yeah.
A lot's happened since then.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
A lot of memories in between.
absolutely. Not to mention a pandemic.
Yes.
And yet here we are
And
in
yet-
our beloved downtown San Antonio.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's
Yes.
great to have you guys here. And so many people come here from all over the country and they want to come here. They know
Yes.
your reputation.
Yes.
Yes, this is very interesting. Our downtown location, we know that about 80% of our guests, they are visitors from either Texas, within Texas, or from any part in the world.
And
We
that's
welcome
something.
we welcome guests from all over, and that's just a beauty to be able to welcome
Oh, absolutely.
people from all over.
Well, and it's such an easy, beautiful space. There's so much natural light, and not to mention the incredible healthy food, which we're going to talk about as well. But let's talk about, for someone who hasn't been to La Panaderia, tell us about La Panaderia, because it's a wonderful restaurant.
Well,
Thank you.
so when we started back in 2012, 2013, we had this dream to open a bakery.
Just a bakery.
Just a bakery. Yeah, so we talk, that's what we have been doing. My mom started baking almost 50 years ago. So we're second generations and we learn from that, and it's a passion, and it's something that it's in our blood. So we started at the farmer's market, and we just was selling like baked goods, pan dulce,
Which you're known for, your
yes,
incredible
and we immediately connect with people. We feel that connection immediately with the community. We really want to be part of the community. We really want to be adopted by the city, and that happened. But then when we opened our first brick and mortar in 2013, we thought the idea to put a little bit of food,
tortas.
Some tortas, and we started, I guess, with 3 or 4 tortas on the menu. That's all we had.
That's it.
But immediately people start to ask for more and more.
Because they're so good.
Yes. And then Jose, which loves food, obviously, he has been in charge to develop the menu little by little. So he has been adding more things, and then he added the salads, and I don't know, tell us about
The
that.
breakfast.
Yeah.
And it has been an evolution. From day one, if I close my eyes, 12 years ago, La Panaderia today is nothing but,
Yeah.
it has changed and evolved a lot. And we have been listening to the people, to our guests, and immediately twisting, and every little thing that you add every day, it keeps the evolution, it keeps the evolution happening and happening and
Well,
happening.
it's a great, not only space, and how many locations are you guys now?
We have 4 locations open. We have downtown Broadway, the original,
Yeah.
8305 Broadway, Midtown Broadway, by the Pearl, La Cantera shops, and we are about to open Stone Oak.
Okay,
we are
so
really,
you're
really excited
on
to
the
get
move.
into
On the move, yes.
into the Stone Oak community, which
Yeah.
it has been
Very
Wow.
supportive with us.
yes,
I
yes,
bet,
yes, yes,
I
yes.
bet. I'm waiting, bated breath, can't wait till they get open. Let's talk a little bit about you have a very, you're very humble, and you come from an incredible story. You mentioned your mom, but
Yes.
literally she was the baker.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you guys would deliver bread on your bicycles. If you go to all of your restaurants in one place or another, have an ode to the.
This is the moment where Jose has the best story about when we were kids.
Well, yes, I do remember yelling in the street of Mexico when I was a kid and with my mother, yelling roscas, roscas de 5 y de 10, which basically means roscas, like our pan dulce,
Right.
50 cents or 5 cents.
But
and please.
no,
They're brothers.
It is so funny because I just don't. I was so little. I don't remember.
Well, yeah, we should say
But
Jose.
we were
Yeah,
kids,
yeah, the
so,
other-
so we were kids, so we were like very little.
If I was 8, he was 2.
Yeah,
So
Right.
that's why,
so we
right?
were very little.
So for me, it's a memory that actually has marked my life.
Yeah.
Yelling in the street of Mexico, it is something that I do still remember to the date, and just warm my heart.
Yeah.
It's a memory that really stick with me and define who we are and how we want to share our culture. Because truly, this is about what La Panaderia is about, is to share our culture.
Yeah.
That's what we are trying to do, to elevate the pan dulce and share our culture with everyone.
Yeah, and you do a wonderful job of it. Everything is scratch made.
Yes.
And tell us about your bread. You know, bread is a very trending topic right now because there are a lot of places I avoid bread just because I worry about the preservatives and all the chemicals in it. If you pick up a bread at any grocery store and look at the back label, you almost need to be a chemist, right?
Right.
To figure out what's in it. Not the case here. That's one of the things. When
Yeah.
you eat here, you feel so healthy.
Well, it's a story. It's 50 years.
50 years.
50 years. So my mom, she had this obsession with concha, which is like the main pan dulce,
And quality.
and quality. She wanted to make it as,
As perfect.
as perfect or as better as possible. And she literally spent a lot of her time trying to do that. So it is the ingredients, it is the process, but she only was able to go so far. She passed away in 1999.
So she didn't see all this.
No, she didn't see that. That's something.
Well, she's watching,
Yes,
and
she's
we know
watching.
that,
Yes,
so,
exactly.
yeah.
So, and then Jose took over the business, and he tried, and then later, well, I tried to help, but honestly, he was more like in charge of everything, and then I learned more and more and more. But nowadays, we have been evolving, as Jose said, with time. And one of the things that it's a personal thing is that, and it's a never ending, is all our life we're gonna try to do it better and better and better with no ending.
Is that coming from your mom? I mean, did she instill
say
that?
so,
I,
yes.
I will say so. Yes, it's like it's when you are trying to
Pushing the limits.
pushing the limits, and that's something that is very nice, and that's something that we have done, and we kind of reimagine the concha and the pan dulce. We change the process, and we start like thinking about like how we're gonna something that is culture or slow proof the dough for 48 hours or even 72 hours in some cases. So what happens when you do that is that you change the process. And we were talking before we start this that when you do that, so the flour contains some sugars, but there are complex sugars. So when you slow the process, you give some time to the yeast and to the natural yeast that we use to break down those complex sugars into simple sugars, and that's a taste that it's unique. Even if you replicate the process in a different city, it's going to taste different. Just the water and just the process is so
That's true.
unique that it gives a unique flavor. That's what is not possible to just copy, because it is something that the culture that we use, it has been for us forever. So it has been so many years that we have been like feeding it,
Our baby.
our baby.
The
So
starter?
the starter, yes, exactly.
baby.
So that's why it's so unique, and that's a process that we change and we reimagine and we adapt it also to our processes, to our growth, to everything. And that's I think that it's so different. I was talking with a friend like a few weeks ago, or maybe like a month ago, and I was asking him like, how can you speed your business? And I was asking him that kind of questions, and he said, it is a story, and like imagine you, like your story has been like for so many years. So and that I understood that part, that there's some time that it takes,
Right.
sometimes to understand, to learn, to change, to evolve. And that's what we have been doing, and it's a life thing. And for us, that's our legacy. That's what we try to like put on the table for people.
Well, and it pays off. It's beautiful too because the breads are baked here.
Yes.
And no chemicals.
Yeah.
No,
Additive free.
no.
And you have a
additive-free.
variety of breads. What are the different ones you can choose from when someone's ordering a sandwich?
I will break it down into, well, first of all, the breads. The bread side, like you said, for our tortas that we use, they are all sourdough.
Okay.
And we can start with the virote. The virote is the Mexican traditional, let's say, baguette type of
Okay.
bread, which is crispy on the outside and softer on the inside, and the shape is like a virote, right? Like
Right.
triangles, like these triangles on the end. on the end. So that's a virote. It's very classic. It's from, I would say, the center part of the country, from Guadalajara and that region, right? And then we have the telera. The telera, it's also from sourdough. In this case, we use kamut. Kamut is an ancient grain.
I love that one.
Yes,
That's-
yes.
Yeah,
It's one of our healthiest options.
Yeah.
Is the wheat's grandfather. And the telera, it's actually meant to be for a torta. So in Spanish, torta, I will say, means sandwich. Sandwich, but not with box bread, you know?
Right.
So the telera is especially meant to put together your torta, okay? This Mexican traditional sandwich.
Stands up well
Yes,
to a
yes,
lot
yes,
of
yes,
ingredients.
yes. And you know, it's meant to be for that. It's like the tortilla for the tacos. I would say the telera is for the torta.
Okay.
So that's kind of
that's a very good analogy.
Yes. Then we have the croissant, of course.
Yes,
And
your
the croissant,
croissants.
I think it's just brilliant to be able to put together a chicken milanesa torta, for instance, or a carnita or a pastor on a croissant.
Yeah.
So that's or a chorizo and egg. So that's another great addition that we have on our menu. So we have the virote, we have the telera, we have the croissant, and we have the camut itself. So the difference is going to be also how we shape them, you know, because the shape is going to dictate the texture.
Right.
So
right. That
that's
makes sense.
on our bread selection for the tortas. Then for the salads, we use our sourdoughs. Our sourdoughs, 48 hours long culture, right? And what I really love, and I dream when I am driving or commuting back from Dallas or, you know, for hours, I'm just dreaming about our club sandwich. Our club sandwich is made with our sourdough, classic sourdough. So the edge is going to be very crispy, you know, and the interior part is going to be very fluffy, very soft, and airy, and very light. So it's just make a perfect sandwich.
Yeah.
So that will say it's the highlight for our club sandwich. So our sourdough can be also the multigrain, right, and the walnuts and cranberry. The walnuts and cranberry, I really like the
That's so
sweetness,
good.
right?
Like dessert.
Like
for
the dessert,
you have your big bowl salad, and
Yes.
then that little, you know, is like
Oh,
the
yeah.
sweet part.
Yeah.
You know.
I do
you know,
because I get that salad pretty much every time I come.
Yes,
Not-
so
you know.
that's all kind of on the bread side, and we have a whole platform for that. And then we have the pan dulce. The pan dulce, it's a really, Mexican bakers are really creative. So from the concha, which is the Mexican national coffee bun that we have here, this we call Dia y Noche, because it's chocolate and vanilla,
Yeah.
right? So Dia y Noche, and the names they are part of our culture as well. The oreja, like the palmier, the chocolate croissant, the queen of man, the cinnamon raisin and pecan, we call this churro croissant. And our signature, this is a tequila almond croissant.
Yes.
We have a story behind
I'm
that, right?
saying that's the one that is so amazing. I'm
Yes.
dying to know how the tequila croissant came about.
Well,
Oh, the story.
yes.
And we remember the story a little bit different, so we don't know
Okay,
which
so- well,
one
we
is the
can get
truth.
both
Yeah,
versions.
yes,
right?
yes.
Yes.
So as I said, we started the farmers market. Okay, so it was the first Sunday.
That's the first time I had one.
Yeah,
Yes.
Was
yeah.
at the farmer's
And then I supposed to bake overnight. And then Jose asked me, hey, can you make some of those almond croissants? Because they are so good and I think that they can be popular. Yes, of course, I can do that. But everything was like in the moment. All the decisions we were taking decisions like in the moment.
Overnight.
Yeah, it
yes.
wasn't like you had a big marketing
yeah, no,
plan. or
No. So
It was a tent.
Yeah. So at 2 a.m. in the morning, I was doing that, and I was checking my notes, and it's like, oh my God, the recipe, the process that I had, it was with rum, the beverage. So I have to infuse with rum, but I had no rum at all, and it was 2 a.m. in the morning. I look around and I saw that I have a bottle of tequila.
Oh, how fun.
And then I just dropped off the whole bottle. And I remember a German teacher that told me, like, when I was at my culinary school, never be shy with alcohol.
With bread?
Yeah, with alcohol.
With anything cooking?
Yeah, with
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
cooking. Yes. Well, I was
Don't
like,
be shy.
Yeah,
Pour-
don't be
pour-
shy.
pour the entire bottle.
I poured the entire bottle, and next day, boom, it was the top seller.
Wow.
Yeah, people love it. You know?
I didn't know the story behind it. I mean, this has been a classic in San Antonio. People literally,
The
I'm
tequila
not
almond croissant,
exaggerating,
our
they
tequila
drive
almond
Yeah,
here
croissant.
to have that.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, and not the double yard trouble, by the way, because it has been baked twice, so the alcohol evaporated.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, the kind of the story, right? Yes. What I do remember about that night is that there was no steam in the kitchen.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
ovens. There
yeah,
was no
you're
steam.
right,
So
you're
they
right.
had to figure out some recipes that they were able to be baked without the steam. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
why you chose, among many others, you chose the almond croissant. And then you had in the back of your trunk a bottle of tequila that they gave you as a present.
Yeah.
Your classmates,
Yeah.
from San Francisco, gave him as a present a bottle of tequila.
Oh, how
So
funny.
he went to his trunk and boom, poured the entire bottle of tequila.
Did you
right?
save that bottle as kind of a
Well, that would be,
trophy?
That would be great, but no, I didn't.
Because in the moment you were just trying to get it done, right?
Yes. Well, the funny thing is that afterwards I started going to the liquor store to buy the same brand of tequila, and after a few weeks, 2 bottles, 3 bottles, 5, and they start looking at me. Really?
Sir?
Are you drinking that much
Something
tequila?
you wanna
Right,
tell us?
right. Yes. So it has been just a beautiful journey since then.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
But there's an important thing that we learn with that. First of all, like sometimes people ask me like, where do you get the inspiration? And like, well, sometimes it's desperation more than inspiration.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
But also we start thinking about this about the blending cultures,
Yes.
and that's what Jose was talking about, how creative our bakers are.
Yeah.
And that's what we are trying to do. There's a very different, different process. When you mix things, let's say you mix a salad, you still have the avocado, you still have like every product it's by itself. But when you blend, you create a new particle. So when you blend the cultures, you create something new and unique that belong to a place. So now the tequila almond croissants belong to San Antonio.
I love
It's
that.
a blend of cultures.
It's a blend of cultures.
Absolutely.
That's how we describe it. It's a blend of cultures, and that's really our legacy. That's what we are trying to do by sharing our culture, is to build a legacy for San Antonio and ultimately for Texas and America.
Well, you've been incredibly successful, and this is relatively not even 10 years old,
Yes.
and so incredible success. What is what you didn't expect? I mean, I think everybody when they start a business has expectations maybe and dreams, or even if they're short term. What has happened in the process that you didn't expect?
Well, there have been many, many, many challenging moments, like you just mentioned, like the pandemic.
Yeah.
I think being part of the community and build this bond with the community, it has been one of the unexpected good things about our journey.
Did you guys live in San Antonio before you started the?
No, we chose to come to San Antonio
Okay.
Yeah.
because
So you were new.
Yes, and honestly, I spent while David was still in San Francisco, I did spend 1 year driving every single corner of the city, trying to figure out the pace of the city, how people move from A to B, and at what time, and this and
Yeah.
that, because I was not familiar with. We chose San Antonio because we saw an opportunity, a booming city with a very good business environment.
Friendly business environment.
Yes, and friendly for families, and a lot of all the good things that we have loved from San Antonio since day one, and that's why we chose San Antonio. But truly, we were not familiar. So we have been building since square one, since the farmers markets, in our little kitchen in the south side in Guadalupe Street that we loved. I do remember our landlord, and it was a beautiful part of the story. So everything has been adding up since then. And like David said, we have been adopted by the city. That's the way how we feel. We have been adopted, and we feel that La Panaderia is not about David or myself. It is about San Antonio.
Yeah.
We were talking before the podcast about this guest that comes very often, right?
Yes.
He's over there. He's just walking over there.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
our friend. Yes,
he's there. Yeah, I saw him like in here. Yeah, so. Well, that's a community.
Tell everyone how
That's a
often he's here.
community.
Yeah,
Last year he came like 700 times.
like 700 times, like twice a day. Twice a day.
Wow.
Twice
It's
a day.
incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's
you know?
incredible. Like, yes, he's coming all the time, and it's funny because I go to different locations and I see him every time that I go to a location. So
Really?
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not just he's not just walking down from his apartment. or
No,
something.
no. He has an office close to this location, and then I guess he lives like close to other one. And
Oh, how funny.
Well, community. Now that you mentioned, community has been center of our business. And La Panaderia, the same thing. It has been center of the community. Like when the pandemic, our managers came with this idea and they said, okay, it's very hard to find eggs. It's very fine to find beans and things that we had in inventory. And they said, okay, let's put it together a basket for the community. And we thought, okay, fine. The only rule is that we're not going to make money on it. It's going to be just the cost, and that's it. Because
Yes.
those were really challenging moments. It is really
yeah.
it make me
I
you
know.
know remember those things, and those are the moments that really define you as a brand, as part of that community. And those are very
Absolutely.
important, I don't know, turning points, or I don't know how to describe
Absolutely.
it. But that's when you realize you are really part of the community. And now, towards the future, when we walk around and we say hi to people and all those things, it's just beautiful every day.
Close friendships.
Yes,
Yes.
we build bonds.
You
We
will
build
look-
bonds. We
But
build bonds with the
talking
community.
about that, one thing that's really it was unexpected to me because I mean, we moved to this city, we knew a few people, it was just a bunch of people, is the bond that we created with our team. At the beginning, it was a little bit difficult to get the labor that we needed because we were new in town. So we were like, um, but
It was challenging.
it was challenging.
Yeah.
But at some point, we start connecting with our own people, and then
Our staff.
our staff,
Our family.
our family, and then I sometimes I don't know. I feel that they are so committed with everything that we are doing, and that creates a stronger bond with the community because
Yeah.
it starts with that. Um, so that's something that it has been like really, really surprising for me, and that's something that I didn't expect, and I'm so happy about that. It makes me so happy to create this connection, and we see that we impact the lives of so many people that are part of our team, and they believe in the same things that we do, and they work so hard as hard as we do for everything that we are trying to share.
You've created a culture.
Exactly.
Yes. Imagine this. I always refer to this. Imagine that while you and I and everybody else is sleeping, we have about 200 people that they are waking up at 10 p.m., coming to work, work overnight, and bake for us. And by the time we open at 7 a.m., our guests, our community, they feel it's magic. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of positive energy from all our teammates that they are working, and it's just wonderful. To be honest, there is no money that can pay that.
That's true.
It's about
Yeah.
passion, it's about dedication, it's
So
about
true.
commitment, it's our cultura.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, I think it's the key.
Well, you feel it as a customer when you come in. You can tell when the people who work
Yeah.
somewhere are happy
Yes.
and love it, and you do feel it when you come to La Panaderia. Everyone is so helpful. I can't tell you how many times I ask for lemons because I'm a lemon freak. And they never, I mean, everyone just goes over and above board with everyone. It's a very, and they're helpful when you go through the line for all the pan dulces and things you haven't seen before or aren't familiar with, because you get a lot of people from other places. They don't know what a lot of these things are, and they're so patient and
They're
explain
wonderful.
them.
Yeah, and
it
it's
helps.
it's really nice when you see, like, for example, we have a lot of people who start with us and it's their first job, and then you see how shy they are at the beginning, and then after 1 year, 2 years, and they
blossom.
flourish
They
and they
come out,
blossom,
yeah, for
and,
sure.
and they see, you see, like, talking with people and active and trying to figure out like things, and that is something that is it's really, really nice to see. And be part of it.
There's a component to that. So we are in the hospitality business, right?
Yes.
However, we have learned that hospitality is in both sides. It's just not on the guest side. It's also on our team side. So if we balance that equations, then the outcome is natural. It's when everything
Yeah.
flows,
Yeah.
So that hospitality has to be on both ends. It's
How
very
is-
important.
It is well, and you do feel it. I mean, there's just a pot. We have worked in hundreds of restaurants, literally,
Yeah.
and you can feel it usually when you walk in the door. If the energy in the space is good
Right.
or
Yeah.
not, you really can. What is it like working together as brothers? Because it's been a while since we first met you guys,
Yeah.
some years back.
Right? Yes, since 2017, I
Yeah.
remember. Yes, it's interesting. We complement each other. I believe so. No, I'm sure that we do complement each other, and we have learned through time and through battles and everything in between that we both have different strengths, and different weakness, and that's why we complement each other. And most of the times we need each other to keep pushing forward. And actually, we were having this conversation a few weeks ago that even in the case that we will try to replicate La Panaderia by ourselves, like let's say David one end and myself on another end, it will be a different outcome.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
truly La Panaderia, everybody, I mean, we are all involved, it's that blend of cultures and blend of everything.
It has been really like a bless, and it sounds like wonderful, but sometimes it has been
challenging.
difficult.
Yep, of course.
So that bless, we have been through everything, you know, extremely love, extremely like against each other, you know, because
Yeah.
we have different ideas and we are so competitive. So we try
And you
to,
both love it and want
yeah,
it to succeed.
yeah,
I guess.
exactly. So I think that with time, that has been like when we both understood that we complement each other, that we were not fighting against, that we were going to the same place. So then we both start trusting more in each other, you know. And okay, there is so many ways to do something. So I'm sure that you're gonna take the right approach to figure out something, to create the menu, or to do this change, or to handle this situation. And so if when in both sides we understood that part and we didn't try to control everything, that's when we start like growing a little bit more, and that's when we start like going a little bit better. But not all the time was like that. There was times where we tried to fight and we tried to preserve the ideas, and so we had gone through everything, you know.
I can imagine. Do you, now that you've gotten to this point with multiple locations, you kind of have to streamline and
Yeah.
get a little more sophisticated in the management?
Yes.
Do you have a lane each of you
Yes.
has and stays in?
Yes, for sure.
Yes, for sure. And talking about that, it's key. Trust each other. It's key.
Yeah.
About that lane, David, for instance, he oversees all the financial aspect of the business. He oversees all the production and industrial side of the business, and I do oversee the guest experience and the business strategy. So again, we need to trust each other, whatever we are doing and trying to do to accomplish, because at the end it's a common goal,
Right.
which is share our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you do.
And part of that growth, the success of that has been like creating a team and a culture. You know, like we can say, a more sophisticated. It's not like we're still not like a big chain, but
No, it's
now,
all.
but now
you
we
own them all personally.
yeah,
I mean, this
but
is a
now
family.
we have a good amount of managers. We have like a structure who like can take care of certain situations. So then we can focus more on our strengths.
Our team is an essential part
Yes.
of the success. And it's not David's or myself success, it's La Panaderia in Chile. And we have good news. We are about to launch something that is going to represent
Yes.
all of us.
Yes.
All of
Yes.
us.
Yeah.
All of us. We will keep you posted for
Something
sure.
like
Yes.
something
Yes,
tells me
yes.
it's beyond a menu item.
So yes,
Yes.
imagine this. There are many heroes, like I said, people that they are coming at 10 p.m., at midnight, at 2 a.m. in the morning. I mean, sometimes I go to the airport at 4, 5 a.m. in the morning, and I stop by Broadway, and it's incredible the feeling to watch our staff working at that time. You know, I really don't know where the energy is coming from. You know, it's like
Yeah, it's tough.
Yes,
Hard job.
yes. And building that team, it's a privilege. It's a privilege, and we learn from basically pretty much from everything.
Yeah, and that creates a commitment. So all those things start creating a commitment, and with everything we do, like we try to. I personally try to like be a better person, or try to take better decisions, or try to like, because it's not just like me. There's
You feel
people
a
who,
responsibility.
yeah, there's people who trust in all the decisions and everything that we are doing. So that's why it is something that is really humble.
Yes, and empowerment
Empowerment.
comes with responsibilities on both ends.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and we have to trust.
There's a phrase, when you've been blessed,
Yes.
you're to give
Gratitude.
back, right?
Gratitude.
That's very important.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Yes. We are
That's what I'm
extremely
looking for.
grateful. We are extremely grateful with San Antonio, with all our guests, our community, and honestly, we try to give as much as we possible can to every single guest that cross and open the doors. You know,
Yeah.
even our kitchen, they know they cannot cut corners. So if the plate is not perfectly plated with the right portion and even more, the plate goes back.
Yeah,
So
I
I
believe
think part of the success is that we try to give away as much as we possible can to every single guest.
There's probably people watching out there that what you're doing now is the dream they're thinking about, right? or wanting to launch. And I know it's been hard, and you've talked about the challenges and the arguments you guys had. Now that you're to this point, what do you love most about what you've created?
I think the people
Yes.
and building a legacy.
I think that, well, it's a life itself. I always tell people that I have a pretty nice life, you know, and I don't have like a complicated life. I come to work every day. I do what I love. I talk with the people that I like as part of my team. We get excited. We're always excited about something. I talk with Jose, and we're always excited about doing things, and that's and then I come back and then I play with my dogs and that yeah
Life
and
is good.
and life is good, you know. It doesn't have to be that complicated. It's just like I get to do what I love, and for me that is the
No,
most
that's
important. That's
a
the most
gift.
important thing, you know. Then for me, I don't wake up on Mondays thinking about I have to go to work. I just like I do things that I love, and then I just come and I do it, and that's it. And I think that's for me that's the biggest gift that I can, you know,
Oh,
get
yeah.
or receive or whatever.
And I think also there is a joy trying to be a little better every day,
Yes.
to push that limit, you know. You ask about my mother, and sometimes people ask us, what would you think if your mother would be watching you? And I always get emotional
Yeah,
about that, right?
it's a tough.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's a tough one. But I think that
Why is that a tough one?
because I think that's her memory, trying to be better in everything you do every single day, you know.
Sounds like she was
Yes,
very
yes, yes, very
goal-oriented.
entrepreneur, and she has something that I remember pretty much every day. She used to dry a little orange peel,
Yeah.
right, without the seeds, because that's what she used to move the bread from the little panaderia that we used to have. She used to have in Mexico City called La Purísima in Tlalnepantla, and then distributed among restaurants, right, in the industry. And she built an industrial business out of that. But the story, the legend has it that she was always driving before the sunrise or during the sunrise, you know, 5 a.m. in the morning and the sunrise. And she used to say and tell us, most of the people, they miss the most beautiful part of the day, the sunrise.
I would agree
Right?
with her on that.
So
Yeah.
when I go early in the morning and I come to La Panaderia and I see the sunlight going through the windows and you know all over the pan dulce and everything connects. The dots connect.
Yeah.
The past, the present, the future, everything is connected.
But
Our story is connected.
and you asked something very interesting, like why it's not that easy, and sometimes I get a lot of questions when the marketing team is asking me questions like, tell me about this or tell me about that, you know, and then sometimes I get a little bit emotional, you know, and it's because it was not easy.
Yeah.
It sounds
Has
like
never been easy.
it sounds so romantic, but it was not easy. It has never been easy. There has been times that it has been extremely difficult, and you have to keep moving and moving forward, and sometimes it's just not easy.
Embrace your dream.
Yeah. So when you like go through that or these ups and downs, it's never straight. It's never like you go straight and you go. Like, you have to have like some defeats and you have to have some bad moments, and that's life by itself. You
That's
know.
life, exactly.
That's
I have
life.
a dear friend who's passed away, but he always told me, because I would complain about things about with starting this business. It's
Yeah,
hard.
start.
He said his line was, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Everybody would do it. Yes.
And I've always remembered that.
Yes, I mean, we have a lot of memories. I do remember early in the days when we were here in San Antonio, and it was at Broadway. It was Mother's Day, so it was May, 104 degrees, and for some reason that I don't even remember, the pickup service, the trash service didn't show up. So I was on the outside of a restaurant trying to condense the dumpster and doing whatever it takes, you know. And in that heat, 104
Oh my
degrees,
gosh.
I start crying. I did start crying because I wondered what I'm doing here. You know, I question myself, I question
Yeah.
my dreams, and suddenly I realized that I was doing something bigger than myself. You know,
Yeah,
and that's when
yeah.
you need to stick to your dreams. That's when you need really to embrace your dreams and just keep moving, keep
Wow.
moving, and again, just keep moving.
But you know that's this paradox. You know, that's a beauty too, because at the end of the day, and I think that that goes for everyone here in our team, because it's like everyone works so hard. Everyone is trying to do something. You know, but when you go home, you can go home in peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you put the best of yourself, you can go home in peace, because I did everything that I could
Yeah.
today. I put the best of myself.
Sometimes it's not enough.
Sometimes it's not enough, yes, but still you do that, and that in the long term that gives you a lot of peace.
Do you guys pray about the business at all?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I think having faith is important. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if the faith. You just need faith. I remember now that you mention it. One of the defining moments for us it was when we first opened this location downtown. Obviously, it's a landmark now.
Yes.
And the first time the line was out of the building, thanks God, everybody was excited. So that very same day, we lost basically the entire staff. And at the end of the day,
Whoa.
it was just David, myself, and my wife, right? And it was that's it. That's it. So
Yeah, that was very tough.
for
True
the
story.
first 6-7 days, it was just like us and maybe a
Wow.
few other team members, and we were like 5 or 6 taking care of everything. You know,
Baking of all the
those
bread
lines,
and
all
all
those
that,
lines
yeah.
from 5 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m. in the nighttime, and so on and so on and so on. So I remember I was in that little corner, and I was completely broke, emotionally, physically, and the bank was broke as well.
Right.
So we were broke basically
Broke.
on that very
Yeah, because
on that corner.
we put everything to open this
Yes.
location, everything.
It was around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and my son back then he was about 14 years old, kind of, and he opened the door, and he saw me that I was over there in that corner, and my face was like broke, right? So what he did really lift my spirit. He got a bunch of menus and started pulling people in, opening the door, and explaining every single guest, and explaining what La Panaderia is about, and please welcome. And he was just trying to emulate what he had learned since he was little with us. So that very moment, it was also one of the most, beautiful moments in my lifetime, because that brought me back,
Yeah.
from a broken place.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when I saw that, it gave me all the energy to continue.
Yes.
Congratulations. This is amazing. It really is. It's so exciting. And maybe other people around Texas will have the luck of having one in their town. But
we're working
for
on it.
now,
We're working on it.
We're
yes,
working on
come
it,
to
yeah.
San Antonio.
Yes, I will be love San Antonio.
Oh, well, we love having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
very much.
thank
Thank
you.
you guys. Thank you.
Get social with us. Follow us on Instagram at Goodtaste TV.